Alright, so for those of you that don't know who I am, my name's Smithy. Here's some stats for me as why I think I should be a reputable source of information for this topic. So I've got around 3,300 hours on Steam. I've been playing this game basically since I was 10 years old. Topic today: how does Bungie regain the trust from the community, specifically Destiny community? So I think this happens in two ways. The first one being to not overhype expansions. We have routinely seen in the past from Bungie that when the hype is there, they don't deliver on it. Lightfall being the perfect example for this. Now, you might be asking yourself, how do we avoid doing that but keeping the community engaged in content? Well, I think Bungie actually already started doing the first step that I think could fix that problem, and that was by allowing creators to go playtest the next expansion, make videos on it, and give feedback on those topics for the next expansion. Now, I think this is perfect strategy for not making it too hype, but keeping the community engaged with what's on the horizon, while at the same time keeping certain things under wraps so it's not spoiling content in a way. Secondly, I think they need to cut back on monetization in-game. I'm not saying get rid of cosmetics entirely, get rid of microtransactions entirely. They just need to cut back on how much of it they're releasing and shoving down our throats. While Destiny is technically under the free-to-play umbrella, they are not a free-to-play game. Now let's be real honest with ourselves. Them becoming a free-to-play game was a desperate attempt to get new players into the game just so they can monetize them. Now, new player experience being one thing that I'm not that familiar with currently, but I can imagine just how overwhelming it might be. Now, they have done some things to fix this, where currently on Steam at least, they have a $150 bundle for all of the Light and Dark Saga collections, including all the expansions starting from Forsaken up till current Final Shape. Now, that's fine. That's much better than what it used to be. However, we're doing that to new players who are already overwhelmed with the game. Sentiment from the community is saying, don't play this game right now. There's not that much to do. Why would they spend their money on that content instead of just buying Edge of Fate? So, I think Bungie should rework how they're trying to monetize the game. Instead of focusing on making money, they should focus on improving trust in the community. And then the monetization can come later. Like, they need to gain the trust of the community first before they start forcing us to spend more and more money or focus on making money. Now, lastly, if you look at the current sentiment for Bungie as a studio, I think it's personally in the dumps. Marathon drama, it could be literally anything that they've done so far with that game that is making the community very nervous for how Bungie is going to develop the Edge of Fate and future projects. So for me personally, I think they are already trying to do some things to improve the trust. I just don't think they're doing it in the right way. I think they're trying, but what I think they're doing is under-delivering content releases and trying to make the most amount of money possible. And personally, I'm not too optimistic about how Edge of Fate's gonna go, because we've kind of already seen everything that's going to be added to the game without story spoilers. So if the story's not there, what else are we going to get? You know, like, yes, there's a new raid, there's new stuff. It's fine. That's Bungie's bread and butter. It should be good. I just hope that when Edge of Fate releases, Bungie knows what they're doing. So that's all. I just think Bungie needs to focus on regaining the trust of the community. And from there, we'll see what happens. Peace.